Hated One. Subscribe to there, man. And I'm actually on there live streaming as well. So, you know, guys can check both of those things out. So, ay, 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 ay. So we're gonna do this. Damn, I'm only at 2%. I can't. I can't. I got nothing for you, baby. I got nothing for you, man. You jumped out of the jelly into a jam. I got nothing for you, man. Go on, shells, Anderson. I got nothing for you, man. I got nothing for you, man. Mm, okay. Okay. My man Greg said, my man Greg said, I'm back. My man. I'm too near you not to hear you. My man Greg jumped ship. Appreciate you. If y'all individuals over on Unplugged, jump on over to the Hated One. The link is below the video. You got a wider view. You got the studio view. I can't feed too many things, so the studio view is over on here on the Hated One. All right, man. So listen, man. Thumbs ups are appreciated. Um, thumbs up are appreciated. Um, if you're just getting over to this channel, man, subscribing, that's also appreciated. But we're gonna talk about something today. I was gonna, I was gonna take you out of church. I was gonna throw a little sermon together and take you out of church, man. But um, I wanna just switch that up and talk about this. And I just think that this is warranted. It needs to be, excuse me, gosh, it needs to be discussed because I want to talk about the state of black people. Because I just can't seem to um, I can't seem to get enough. And what I mean by I can't seem to get enough, I can't I can't. It's just it seems like it seems like no matter what happens, it's just going to constantly be what individuals want it to be. But because I am a person that speaks um, for the forces of good. Hello, hello. So was that the wrong number? Oh man, my bad. But how did they know like you had a G wagon limo? Okay, okay, all right, okay. I, well, I'm streaming right now, and I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to keep it at the fact that everybody know you got a G wagon limo. So um, I'm gonna do this thing. I need about another 25 minutes, and I'm gonna hit you back, Miss Cakes. All right, okay. I ain't Miss Al. You got a G wagon limo. um, she got a G wagon limo, man. What are you gonna do? Um, but I'm gonna talk about something, and what I want to talk about um, I want to talk about racism, and and uh, and I want to talk about racism because a lot of people they perceive racism to be a one perspective slash group effort, like a group effort. Like they expect. Um, I thought this thing went upward a little bit. They expect. Wow, look at that! It does extend. It extends. They expect racism to be an all for one for all concept, and racism to me is not that. And so I named this thing borrowed racism because a lot of people are borrowing racism. What's going on, Deshaun? And I'm going to tell individuals that are watching me on Unplugged, the link for the hated one is below the video. I'm gonna give Unplugged 13 more minutes of burn. Then you guys got to transfer over to the hated one. The link is below the video. You get a wider studio view anyway. Right now, I got that pod set up. I got this little thing set up. Anyway, all right. But I'm going to talk about racism. And I'm going to talk about racism because I am a product of the United States military. You don't get more racist. You do not see racists more than you would see in the United States military. Now, people, I was asked today about my career. And I'm going to sidebar and say this. I got into writing books so I could put all this to rest. Um, um, do I dare say I don't want to do this no more? No, I wouldn't say that. But what I would say is that my time in doing this, I feel as though there needs to be a young 25-year-old Chris Smith to come and sit in this chair. One day I'll find them and they'll come sit in this chair and regurgitate this stuff to you guys, and I'll be off in wheelchair heaven just chilling. But until then, but here's the deal. There's a there's a term that says the hero will live long enough to become the villain. People, I'm the villain to too many people. And I am the villain to too many people that I love. I am a villain to too many people in my family. I'm the villain. The hero will live long enough to be called the villain. We've seen that happen with Donald Trump. We had the best unemployment in black folks' history, only for then, before he got out of office, be called the villain. Um, I have a superhero complex. What's going on, Royal? I have a superhero complex, not a God complex. I have a superhero complex. I believe that I regurgitate words to save your life. Um, I believe that with the morals that I have, I'm one that you should listen to. There are no hidden agendas. I don't do this for um, I don't do this for likes. If I got two people listening to my live stream, I'm cool. Greg said Biden uh, is in Biden comes in and ruining everything. Yeah, people don't see that, but we'll get to that, Greg. But very well said. So, in speaking the way I speak, the song says, "Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I have been misunderstood too many times out of convenience." Another story. But I want to talk to you guys this afternoon, this early evening. I want to talk about racism. And I was going to make this a little 20-minute thing, but I'll squeeze a little bit more time out of it. Like I said, I got individuals watching me on Unplugged. The link for the hated one is below the video. You can come over to the hated one because I'm going to kill the stream over here in 9 minutes. People, I was in the military. And when you have been in the military, and especially in the era in which I was in the military, hatred and racism was prevalent. It was right in your face. I told you guys the story about a sergeant that was in charge of me, Sergeant Marketing, and I'm going to tell you about that story, and we're going to go into some other things, but I'm going to talk about racism. I was in the military, and I had a sergeant in charge of me named Sergeant Marketing. Sergeant Marketing didn't like black guys. And Sergeant Marketing, when we was over in Desert Storm, felt as though he needed to make an example out of me because I was the strongest black man. I was quote unquote the buck. This is where we get the term buck wild, okay? It's an old slave term. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I need y'all to follow me. So I was considered the buck. You always buck in the system. I was considered the buck. So Sergeant Marketing had a quest, and his quest was to break me. How do you break a person? You make them do something they don't want to do. You let them rebel, then you dunk them. So Sergeant Marketing's role was he was going to break me. This was a white man, excuse me, that was in the military for some 25 years already. So in 1992, he seen the military back in the 60s where niggas knew their place. And I represented the new black man, and he wanted to help my fellow black, other blacks in the squad, that I'm gonna ride, Specialist Smith. I'm gonna ride him, I'm gonna break him, and I'm gonna let him be the example. You do not buck the system. So let me explain to you what the system was. For those that have been in the military, you know that they will have an inspection. And when they have an inspection, they'll say, take all the phones and move them a quarter inch to the left. Then you'll do that, and then they'll come back and say, no, move them an inch to the right. And then you'll be like, dag. Right, my name is Toby. So Sergeant Marketing was the master. He was the E7, so he was the top sergeant. And Sergeant Mitchell told me, Sergeant Marketing told everybody, leave Smitty alone. Let me have him. So I was his special get a nigga. He was going to show me. So, when you're over in Desert Storm, it could be 100 degrees in the daytime and 25 degrees at night in the desert. It changes like that. So what Sergeant Marketing used to do, and I have to tell you, I got sent to his unit after, if y'all remember the story where I said they was going to charge you with mutiny, when I told my E6, if you keep on doing what you're doing, the worst person in this squad is going to be the best worker. And little did I know that was considered mutiny. I could have got thrown in prison. So my fighting goes way back. I'm just glad at 52 years old, there are no cracks in my armor. I pick my battles wisely, but I need y'all to follow me. So when they sent me to 3rd of the 82nd Field Artillery, they already had my jacket. They had my jacket. They was like, yeah, that's the guy, break him. But what they didn't tell them about Smitty was Smitty is an introvert. Working by himself is what he likes to do. What they didn't tell him is Smitty, he speaks highly of his father. He's Todd's son. So what happened was I was asked and was woken at 3 o'clock in the morning, at 2 o'clock in the morning, after going to sleep, after getting in at 1 o'clock in the morning, fixing a transmission. On 2 hours sleep, I was asked to get up and change an engine by myself. But what he didn't know is that 3-person job, and this is why I talk so shitty of single moms that claim that they are so proud to be single moms and I don't need no man, because I've done group things by myself. So another story. But that's the one thing you don't gamble with, raising a child by yourself. Let me say that. So I would get woken at 3 o'clock. Smitty, I need you to change the engine. He thought I was going to bitch. So being part of the 80s, being part of the original racist thinking black man, all white people are racist, all white people are this, because I listened to, remember now, this is 1991. I told y'all something happened in 1994 that changed it. So remember, this is 1990, excuse me. Operation Desert Storm was 1990-91. So I'm still under succotash is a meal for kids that make cash, selling drugs to the brother man instead of the other man, brothers and sisters. I'm still under that public enemy mindset. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant to me. Is he straight out racist? A sucker was simple and plain. Mother, come in, John Wayne. I was still on that. This is 1990. I need y'all to follow me. I'm talking about racism, y'all. I got individuals watching me on Unplugged. The link below to watch me on the Hated One, the link is below the video. You need to come on over. You got 1 minute. Come on over. The link below. Get on over here to the Hated One. So I'm still young. I'm still young. I'm still young. I'm still, white people, white people, white people. I'm young, right? So me and Sergeant Marketing, because remember, his role was to break me. Atia Bradley was the second person in the world that tried this, but both people failed at this task, nonetheless. So he would wake me up, and so one day, me and a guy in my squad, I said, I'm gonna go ask Sergeant Marketing if he's racist. I need a witness. That's how everything was. Ask somebody something with a witness. I goes to ask Sergeant Marketing, is he racist? He tells my witness, Alejandro was. He says, Alejandro, take a walk. So he looks at him, walk away, and he was like, you're right. I said, yeah, I know I'm right. I asked Waz, did he hear me say, I know I'm right? He said he didn't hear me. Okay, another story. So me and Sergeant Marketing, during the remaining 4 months that I was in Desert Storm, we bumping heads. Individuals on Unplugged. I'm over on the Hated One. The link is below the video. So check this out. Me and Sergeant Marketing, we button heads. Right? I said that. Yes? Yes, I did. Now, then the war's over with. The war's over with, and we come back to the States, aka Garrison. And we come back to Garrison, and the ships didn't come back with our trucks and everything. So we literally had 3 months off while our stuff came back. So we had 3 months off. So we came back in May, so we had off until like October. I mean, till September. Then that's when I went on leave in September. Nonetheless, so I'm on my way to the chow hall. This is we got back. This is probably a month and a half later. When E7s when they go into clearing, you got to clear to get out the military. So it's called your clearing. I forgot what it's called. It's called ETS, enlistment time served, but it's called something when you go through the clearing process to get out. Nonetheless, um, somebody said, "Hey, Smitty," I'm like, "Yo, Sergeant Marketing looking for you." I was like, "Really? Maybe this guy want to step behind a building or something. Maybe we could." We can. Maybe he want to bang out. I like that type of stuff. So Sergeant Marketing, a man that wrote me while I was in the military, over in Desert Storm, a man that told me he was racist, was looking for me. I was on my way to the chow hall, and I hear, "Smell." That's how he talked. He did snuff, and it just was eating his all gum. He was a crazy looking white dude. And he walks up to me, and he says, "Smitty, I want to shake the hand of the best man that I've served in the 27 years I've been in the military. I just want to shake your hand." I looked at this guy like he was crazy. But it was at that time, whenever somebody is that extreme with hate and then come to you and say, "I want to shake the hand of the best man that I served with in my 27 years in the military." I know a lot of black people that never experienced racism. They're lying to themselves. They're lying. I know women that claim that they hate, and they're lying to themselves. People, I'm going to tell you something. I thank God that I'm the way that I am. I thank God that I stand firm on what I believe in and I don't budge. Because if I was allowed a black person to say white people are racist and this and all that, and say, "Well, why are white people racist?" And the reasons that they come up with, and the god awful excuse back in slavery days, people, let me say something that I said before. The slaves in slavery times dealt with slavery situations from that time. Our slave situations that exist today are our issues. We need to stop trying to borrow racist issues from long time ago. We need to deal with our own times. We need to stop with racism, and some people need to just go ahead and say it's just pure 100% hate. People, I've never witnessed racism from a white person like I've witnessed from a woman of color. Never. I never did. I have women that hate me for no reason at all. I have women that treat me the way they treat me, no reason at all. But here's the thing. Atia LaShawn Bradley is raising a child, has raised a child, exiled the father out of the life. But as long as the hatred was focused on a man, women said, "We don't care about the child as long as she's doing and giving you what you deserved." Ask my mother. It's not racist, y'all. It's hatred. It's a difference. It's a difference. I don't have hate in my heart. I don't. For that, I plead with people to be understood. Did it to my mom. Told my mom, but mom, When I talk about women, I'm not talking about women of your era. Mom, I'm not talking about women. My mom don't care. My mom is gonna find a way to connect what I do to hatred. Well, I got nieces, and I'm sure they're not like that. Well, hold on, Mom, because your two sons are at war, and you didn't say anything about trying to resolve our issue. You just jump into your nieces. I need y'all to follow me, because I'm talking about borrowed racism. People, let me tell y'all something. When I go home, I have no furniture in my front room. I didn't buy any furniture yet. Then I go into a kitchen. Then I go into a den with TV and sofa. But if I go left, that's what I go to. If I go right, then I go to the bathroom and the two bedrooms. If you look in my bedroom, you'll see a bedroom set, TV. If you go into my spare bedroom, you'll see like 10 computers, a computer stand, my computer, a stand with printers on it. I got it looking like some Batcave type stuff. But what I'm saying to you is the second I pull up to my house, my neighborhood is soothing. My neighborhood is effervescence. I don't know, whatever it's called. Sometimes when it's nighttime, I come outside in front of my house and I say, wow, after all I've been through, I ended up with this house on this street in this neighborhood. There, in fact, is a God. But back to the house. People, I use every part of my house is functionable. Each part has a different character on its own. When you go into this part, it says this. This part says that. That part says that. That part says that. What I'm saying to you is that I'm catering to all the dimensions of me. And I had that set up because you know what? I have a peace of mind. I have a peace of mind. People, I will not compromise that for nothing or nobody. When I go into my driveway and see my cars in the driveway, I'd be like, damn, this is my life. What I notice is that the people that can sit down there and talk about racism, I had to tell a friend 2 weeks ago, you're talking to one of your intellectual friends. You talk to one to I know you're used to talking to every time something happens, it's racist. I had to remind that person. You obviously forget who you're talking to. You are talking to one of your intellectual friends. You're talking it was and this is what happened. The reason why they didn't call offsides on something, they called offsides on Patrick Mahomes on the Kansas City Chiefs because they're racist against Patrick Mahomes. They want Tom Brady to win. I'm like, wow. I'm like, holy smokes. So let's talk about something else. People, when I was a little kid, I used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard. And in that car was a 69 Dodge Charger. And it was a badass car. I mean, the car was bad. People watched that show and they loved it. I don't know if y'all know, but history, history in TV gave us a car. First, it was the Adam West Batmobile. Then, all of a sudden, the General Lee came and knocked that out the box. Then, all of a sudden, here come Michael Knight, and he got Kit. So we went from, I don't know if y'all know this, but the original Batmobile was an Oldsmobile. That was an Oldsmobile. The one Adam West. The Adam West, it was a Oldsmobile Futura, something like that. Futura. That car was a mock-up Oldsmobile Futura. Then, so we had Oldsmobile, Dodge, then Pontiac. And as a kid, who as a boy, who don't love cars, right? Love cars. Now all of a sudden, we borrowing racism from God knows who knows where, and all of a sudden, the statues that blacks been walking past for decades, they've been walking past these statues. All of a sudden, these statues are now giving off racist aura. Oh, it hurts when I walk past the statue. So let me explain to you what racism is to me. Racism is to me a black man shooting another black man in the head 2 times. That's racist to me. It's called racist towards your own. People, if you say somebody got hung, it's not as malice as somebody getting shot twice in the back of the head. To me. At 52 years old, I've never heard of nobody getting shot in the back of the head when I was a kid. Never heard that before. As a matter of fact, my dad's job was at 195 Lombardy Street in Brooklyn, New York. And it was an industrial park. And then at an industrial park, the mob used to kill their traders. I don't know what they called them. So they would find individuals their hand chopped off. Individuals that stole. I mean, they never found a person with 2 shots in the back of the head. They never found a person like that. They never found somebody with 2 shots in the back of the head. You remember Chris Rock? Chris Rock did a stand-up comedy special. And Chris Rock said, when I go to the ATM, he said, y'all black folks walking around here talking about it's the media. When I go to the ATM machine, I'm not fearing the media. Now, I told you, let's get back to what I was talking about earlier. I told you that in 1994, something happened. And the rap group Public Enemy, the group that I followed so dearly, the group that when they said the white man, I said, yeah, that's right, the white man, because I loved Run DMC. Then when Public Enemy came out, some guy came down the street and educated us about Rebel Without a Pause. Then I was like, the hell with Run DMC. Well, not literally, but they got bumped down to the number 3 spot. It was KRS-One. No, it was Public Enemy, KRS-One, then Public Enemy. I mean, Public Enemy, KRS-One, then Run DMC, excuse me. But then in 1994, something happened. And there is an album cover that exists today that explains the changing of the mentals with the rap group Public Enemy. And even in 1998, Public Enemy made a song called Is Your God a Dog? I did a show about that the other day. Remember? But in 1994, the rap group Public Enemy said, it's not white people doing it to us. It's us doing it to us. So Chuck named the album Music in Our Mess Age. He took music in our mess age. He took message and broke it up to mess age. What Chuck was saying is that our music is destroying us. Now, when when I'm walking out and about, And I can be looking at somebody and they just be walking along, and then when they see me, they be like, "Yeah, nigga up, nigga up, yeah, nigga up, yeah, cause niggas, yeah, nigga up." And I'm like, "Dude, you were just singing an opera 2 minutes ago. You just you see me and you start singing rap lyrics to jacked up rap lyrics to a song, and now you're a tough guy. People, we need to stop borrowing racism. We need to start looking at ourselves. We need to start looking at ourselves. I love black people so much to the point where y'all hear the passion. A lot of people hear my passion and mistake it as hate. But once again, I did say the hero will live long enough to now be considered the villain. I love black people. There's not too many people that understand the dynamics of black people like I understand the dynamics of black people. There's a lot of people that don't educate themselves. Dave Ramsey said something, and he was the first person I heard say it. Dave Ramsey said, "Leaders are readers." I read a lot. I've owned books. I own books. Not giving myself a pat on the back. What I'm simply saying is, I would like somebody to learn every time I say, "Hey, let's have a talk." I'm not built for dumb. I can't understand it. You may consider a lot of people may have say it comes off as a just a mistake or whatever. The term is choose your words wisely. I just don't understand some of the words people use. I choose my words wisely. That's why I don't have. I never in my life called anyone I'm a dating I cursed at them. I never did that. I'm 52 years old. I never cursed at somebody I dated. I don't have to. I tell them what they did wrong, and that's it. I love my mom. I don't know what's going on, but that's that. I love black people. I love black people. We got some issues though. And the shameful thing about our issues is there are too many classes of black people. There are too many classes. There are so many classes. There are so many classes of black people. It's just too many classes. And the good don't know how to get with the good. We need to pair up with the right people. I'm sorry I never I'm sorry I lived the life that I live. I'm sorry that I can speak. Listen, back in 2015 and 16 when individuals was making those videos about me, I could have just faded away in the cut. Still here. Now added an author to my resume. You know what a book is? You know what a book is? A book is considered intellectual property. That's what a book is. Intellectual property. So when I die, when dad's cry will live on. I submitted child support don't and don't do's last week. I didn't get an answer on the submission if they're going to accept it as a. I told them that it in fact when dad's cry part two. Um, but a book is intellectual property. I'm not going to let nobody talk to me out of my class. Black people, we tend to do that a lot. They say communication is key. But if you bump into somebody, all of a sudden, communication, everything is misunderstood. Oh, excuse me, bro. No, no. Dad, son, you ain't see me, son? You ain't see me, son? I mean, God, dag. But we ignore what's going on in our own community and we quick to blame everything on racists. We can see racists within a white people that ain't even there. Yeah, how about that? We see racism that ain't even there. It's not even there. Not even there. It's not even there. We see it though. We see it. We see racism. Like, wow, I don't know. I didn't see. No, I don't see that. Oh, that's racist. Oh, Yeah, that person's racist. I've been in the military. I know what racism is. I know what racism is. Matter of fact, I've been called a coon. The definition of a coon is when you sit down there and you have a you talking about black people with a full audience of white people. I ain't never had a full audience of white people, but we found way to bend, twist narratives. People, let me tell you something. I identify things by the Webster's Dictionary. A great wise man by the name of James Lewis once said to me last week. He said, "I had to tell my woman the universe doesn't go by what you meant. The universe goes by what you said." And then he said to me, "You know what universe means, right?" I said, "Nah." He said, "Una, one. You're at one. Una." I said, "Wow." I seen a commercial. It was a heavy set woman of color, and she says, "I'm a woman. I'm emotional, but that's a strength. Never in the history has emotional been a strength." That's a lie. It's a lie. We need to be truthful to ourselves. We need to let the wise ones lead. Fall back, shut up. Yeah, shut up, because you don't know. How about you just don't know? We're dealing in a perspective, and we have a narrative of I know simply because I said I know. We have a perspective of I'm a boss because I said I'm a boss. No, you're not. I'm a queen. No, you're not. I'm great. No, you're not. I'm good. No, you're not. You are what you are. Your resume speaks for you. Keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Someone to have a jacked up resume and say, well, they go to church now and we need to trust them. I thought they said lepers don't change their stripes, but they preached out 50 good sermons and now they're flushed of okay, I got you. I got you. I'm not saying you can't trust them. I'm just saying there's people that never went that way and was righteous, and there are individuals that was down in the gutter and doing everything and oh, a person can't get that. That's not what I'm saying, dummy. I'm laughing at something else. Little Wayne, y'all know rapper Little Wayne. Little Wayne came under fire some years ago when he said, "I don't know racism the way you know where is racism." He came under fire. And then Little Wayne started to explain to people that a white man saved his life. And he said, so when you talk to me about the hatred that white people have, I don't see it. And he came under fire. It's amazing that 60 minutes is an hour for me, just like it is for you and everybody. A week, 7 days, a month, 30, 28, and 30, 31 days, depending on if it's February, March, or June. Um, a year is 365 days or 366 days, depending on if it's a leap year. A decade, 10 years, etc. But a person that did right every year of his life can be mocked and patronized in the black community. And you can easily do that by simply saying you ain't down for what black people believe in, some black cause. I was talking to a man the other day, and he said Donald Trump ain't do. I said, wow, wow, okay. Ended that conversation. But everybody can't speak about their everybody can't speak about their interactions with racism. It all got to be the same. It all got to be the same. Well, if you never went in the military, that disqualifies you from understanding racism the way I understood, the way I ran into racism. And working with somebody at your job and they let a white person get a job before you ain't racism like what our ancestors been through. That's not the same. It's not the same. What's going on, David? My man. It's not the same. So I don't know racism like that. I don't. I got pulled over last week. The cop jumped on. Hey man, I say, hey, listen, man. I listen. I did wrong. I busted illegal U-turn. You ain't. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. I did wrong. I did wrong. I know this, and I know you're recording it. I know. I did wrong, and that changed the tides on the whole thing. I'm not gonna sit down there. I'm recording you. I'm recording you. Come on. Come on. Own up to what you did. It's nothing like manning up to what you did wrong. Because when you man up to what you did wrong, case closed. But when you never own up to what you did, it rolls over. And guess what? It's going to be a lot worse than it was the first time. And then something happened and you don't admit it, it rolls over again. And it keeps rolling over. And then now what happened is individuals ain't going to be talking nice no more. People, these are the laws of attraction. WLAW, right? Okay. 98.3.com FM, broadcasting live. Todd Smith Studio, 28,000 watts across the damn internet. People, next week I'm going to be back on the Blog Talk Radio Network. Welcome back. That's why, like I said, I'm buying all these little trinkets, all these little cool little holders, all these little do-that dares. I'm going to buy some more do-that dares. Individual can call in. We're taking it back to the essence. You can also check me out on Podbean under the Chris Smith Show. Yeah, I didn't know that, did you? Oh my. So I'm going to end it with this. I appreciate everybody for being here. Honestly, man. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you said, hey, man, that ugly dude's at it again. People, stop putting so much energy into white people being racist and start putting a lot of energy into getting your life stable. Stabilize your life. Stabilize your life. Really. Stabilize your life. Too Short made a song, Get It While the Getting Is Good. You have one life. Make it a good one. Get it while the getting is good. Hook up with somebody that's good. Bite the bullet on what you dealt with individuals yesterday and ride that good wave. Just give good a chance. Give good a chance. I did. People, I was a rebel. In 1985, when we went to go see Crush Groove, two cars rode past us in a white car. I laughed at them. I said, aha. The car backed up. They got behind us and pulled us over, told us to get out the car. And I was fucking with the white cops. Why? Because I was on that white cop, black man thing. I was in the back seat of my brother's car. My brother's car said, they said, put your hands on the car. I said, no. My brother said, Chris, put your hands on the car. And I did it when my brother told me to. I'm thinking back now on how dumb that was. That's where the shaking of my head is coming from. When somebody is doing something stupid, tell them it's stupid. Stop agreeing with them. Ladies, could you stop just saying, "Girl, you strong." Girl, you strong because I couldn't have three kids by different dudes. Girl, that make you strong. Could you start just telling them they stupid? Could you just start just telling them they dumb? Fellas, can we stop with the yo? I'm fucking three bitches. Can we stop with that? Honestly, could we stop? Yeah, I know. They just want your dick. I know, I know. They love your dick. Got you. I got you. Ever thought about using a condom? Could we just stop? Can we just give good a chance? Please? Can we stop deeming everything? Can we stop acting like racism is worse than AIDS? Could we stop acting like um could we stop acting like racism is the reason why you're in a your life is in a basement? Could we stop? Could we stop acting like we need white people to like us? If we're so queen, if we're so much of queens and kings, could we stop thinking that we need white people to like us? Could we stop? Could we could we get together with the greats and then we create our own? Could we do that? When people start talking negative, are you going to say, "Oh, I feel you, fam. Much love"? Or are you going to say, "Look, nice talking to you. I got to go. Which way you? No, I'm going this way. No, no, no. That. Oh, you go. Oh, okay, my bad. I got to go that way." Could we start letting people resume speak for them? Could we start doing that? Could we start letting their resume speak for them? Could we start just saying, "Hey, listen, no, 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 you a hoe. No, 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 I'm not trying to hear that." Could we just do that? Could we stop listening to uh, dumb excuses why we supporting individuals that used to sell drugs, now they rappers and they're on top? Could we stop that? So destroying a nation with distributing narcotics into the community, but that man in Washington was gay, and that's a different perspective. Could we stop that, please? Black women, could y'all stop with these spandex? Could y'all stop with the spandex? Could you stop with the spandex? Spandex is not for every woman. For those that follow me on Instagram, you'll see what I'm talking about. Spandex is not for every woman. If you got a large gut area, could you stop with the one piece cat suit? I'm laughing at something else, by the way. What's going on, Bradley? Could we could we could we just could we just could we just say to ourselves, "Hey, young blood, what are you doing?" Oh, and can we please can we can we please, I'm begging you, could we please stop with the keep it real antics? I'm just keeping it real. Could we stop it with that? Could we stop with that? I'm keeping it real. Give me a second. Oh my God, I'm keeping it real. Oh my God. Let me allow me for a second. Allow me for a second. People, Father Time and life are one and the same. They're brothers. They're twins, actually. You can't beat Father Time. Um, and life is a master at help making you pay for your mistakes. And the term is, and so is life. Right? So check this out. Time and life. You spend time in school to have a better life. You're going to love this. You got individuals dropping out of school and then they have a hard time. Ah, oh my God, that is so funny. I ain't done with you yet because racism is the worst thing in the world. I get you. Do you know that the people that own this building, I think, are racist? Yep. When I first paid my rent here, they said some, not said some, but the way they acted was like, you know, the first month I rented this spot out, I ended up going up north, and I had to mail them the rent. And it was like, we don't know if we should have rented to you because you're late with the rent already. I'm like, uh, I'm in Pennsylvania. I sent them a screenshot. I'm in Pennsylvania, but it's no big deal. I actually paid it through my app. I screenshot the app that I sent it off 2 days before the first, and they said it'd be there around the third, and they just lost their mind. But I just renewed the lease for 3 more years last year. It was supposed to expire this year. I did it for another 3 years. Now, them being racist ain't got nothing to do with my company. Nothing. As a matter of fact, this place sits on about 2 acres. In the backyard, in the back, I cut the grass where my car is. And the rest of this place looked like a damn cornfield. Guess what? There are 2 white people. There's 6 units here. There are two. There are 6 units. The church on the end has 2. It's 2 white person, me, then another black church. Don't you know that both of the black people on each unit, they cut the grass for 2 years? First, the guy did it next door. Then the people moved in at the end. Then they did it. Guess who never did? Guess who never cut the grass? First, I'm gonna give y'all the terms. I'm gonna give y'all the god awful crackhead prices. We'll give you $100 off of the rent if you cut the grass. People, it's about $130 to cut the grass one time, let alone one time a week, 4 times out of the month. But they never asked the white girl that was next door, and they never asked the white guy next to her. But they asked me, a black man. The black people on the other end, they'll have 2 units. They did it, and they did it. And then guess what? The last 2 years, nobody did it. Because guess what those black people said after a while? They said, man, this is crazy. I'm not cutting this grass for $100 off of the rent. They got to pay me more than that. Well, they wasn't paying more than that. They got you with the sucker oofy. They hit you off with a oofy. A oofy is a oops fuck. That's when they oops fuck you. Like, they knew they was doing this. It's a metaphor. It's like, oops, I fucked you. A oofy, oops fuck. I made that up myself. So the white people, the black people on both ends got hit with a oofy. You know, they was cutting the grass, and I used to actually stand here filming them cut the grass, open up the back door, and film them chuckling my ass off. Like, what 2-bit dumb idiot would cut the grass for $100 off for the rent? I was offended by the fact that they would even ask me. So when they asked me, I actually said, my wife have to take care of that. Let me tell y'all something. She cakes. I done got so many people after that woman. There's so many people after that woman right now. There's so many people after her. She just don't know. I done got her in all kinds of crap. People gonna be walking up to her. So, Whatever happened to him allowing him to cut the grass? But that's another story. But I decided no, because here's what I thought. I thought you asked me how much would I charge you to cut the grass. You didn't tell me how much you was gonna give me. I didn't know it went like that. And I just want to be clear about something. Okay, I forgot I had something in the oven back there. I'm like, it heard the thing going off. So I want to be clear about something. I had a little lawn business, but I said no, I'm not cutting no grass. No, no, you don't tell me how much you're gonna give me. You ask me how much I'm gonna charge. And it was the funniest thing in the world to see a 80-degree day and watching individuals disappear into the backyard and just hear the lawnmower and disappear because it just, I'm like, wow, what idiot would have signed up for that? So, people, take heed to what I said today, man. Please, please. Stop borrowing hate. Stop borrowing pain. Hate is not a group thing. Group love is. Love is a group thing. Stop with the group hate. There's nothing wrong with being happy. Stop thinking everything is with a malicious intent. Do you know? Do you know that laws vary based on the intent? There are some laws that are done, and then there's some laws that say, "Well, you did that with malicious intent." We act like everything is a malicious intent. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7. Have a good day, y'all.